Welcome everyone, gabestah here again. This is the 8th episode in our Orcs Must Die walkthrough guide, and this is lunch break. And on this mission you're given a new trap called wall blades, which I'll explain in a moment after we pick our initial loadout. So I'm going to go with the top row here, and improve barricade, and wall blades. The really important ones are tar trap, barricade, and wall blades. And the combo of those three is probably the strongest combo I've found in the game. And I'll show you how that works on this mission. So we've got pretty much normal orcs you've seen before. The wall blades, quick description. If you see how they're placed, you can see the red sort of orange area indicates the kill zone for that trap. So the issue with this trap is that the kill zone is extremely short, just one regular 4x4 square. And because of this, it can be somewhat limiting. You know, if you look at this, the width of this hallway, if you were to place one on the left here, it's not really going to cover very much. However, they're extremely strong when they actually hit things. In fact, a wall blade will one-shot destroy any of the lesser orc types, like the warriors, the crossbowmen, kobolds, things like that. The only exception are things like ogres. So if you can force orcs to be hit by these, then they can kill pretty much an infinite amount. Basically, any orc that's in front of it when it goes off will die if it's a lesser type. However, this level, as you can see, there's tons of openings everywhere, and to get to the rift. So our job is to close those off, and that's where the barricade comes in. So the first thing you want to do is throw down 2 barricades here, and this will force anything coming from the bottom of the stairs to go this way. And then the second path out this door also has to come this way. So this is our first choke point here. From here, we're actually going to place one trap here. So basically, if you stand in line with this opening and you go left a 4x4 square, place your first barricade there.
It'll hurt a lot.
And then your second one touching that corner on the left side here.
This'll hurt.
And from this point, you don't have any money, so you're just going to have to wait for a while. So let's go ahead and get started, and then run back. And the top side is where the initial spawns come from.
They're on the bridge.
And just do the normal stuff. Try to get headshots for your efficiency. Keep your distance. If you have to kill off a big group, you can run in and use your sword. There we go. So now continue barricade this way. The idea is we're making a choke, a funnel that forces everything to come here. And you'll see why in a second. So next spawn, we got crossbows. And remember, the crossbows will shoot where you're standing if you're still. But if you're constantly moving in one direction, they will get a beat on you and shoot where you're going to be. So use your side steps back and forth rapidly to try to avoid their shots as best as possible.
Let's do it again.
Okay, now we can start building our actual defenses. So first thing is a wall trap right here, and a tar trap under it.
Down below. A treat for you. They're breaking through.
So we're starting to get spawns down below. You can try to shoot them, but one thing you notice is that the angle that you shoot at is pretty important for the crossbow. So you can see it's very hard to hit their heads here. Not that I'm the best shot, but you'll find that generally speaking it's much easier to get headshots by shooting from the same level that the orc you're firing at is on.
What a mess.
And this is just like angle of attack type stuff. So let's watch the wall blade and see how it does here. There we go. And let's continue wall blades by going down this side of the wall. And then put a tar trap under it. This space between is not really important. Because you don't have any damaging traps here. Basically, if you just keep like a tar trap here to keep things snared, it doesn't really do anything. They'll still get snared when they step into this. If you have extra money later, you can do it, but for now I would save it. And you can kind of get the idea of what we're building over there. We're going to continue placing barricades and forcing all the orcs to walk right along the wall there, and thereby ensuring that they all get hit by wall blades. Okay, so let's continue building out. So another barricade, another wall trap,
Just for you.
and then we'll do another tar trap when we get enough. And you can see how this will continue down this way. And since the wall traps will kill all these lesser orcs, eventually this will be completely impenetrable for the weaker orcs. And that's really what we want. So I'm just going to stay here. One thing is make sure you don't go too far back, because the crossbow orcs will be able to shoot you through this opening if they see you. So like keep your body over here kind of so that they don't have line of sight. And we can do our tar trap. Pretty simple. And continuing the process.
In your face. Orc, the other white meat.
All right, we're cruising.
Oh yeah.
You can see how efficient this is. At some point, like I said, I don't know the numbers, unfortunately, for not upgraded traps. Because later on you'll start to get different perks that allow you to upgrade even further, which we don't have access to right now. But suffice to say, there is a number of wall trap, tar traps in a row that are impenetrable. Like, you won't have to kill anything except for bigger orcs, or well, actually ogres, I should say. And that's just due to the reset time on the traps, and of course the fact that they kill everything. So you won't even have to watch it after a while. I suspect with unupgraded versions like these, it's probably 5 or 6 in a row, so we're just about there. The other great thing about the wall trap setup is that, oh, here's our ogre, so let's just keep our distance and headshot him a bunch. And don't forget the gold coin. But the great thing about this setup is that not only is it self-sustaining after a while, but the combos it builds are really high. So no matter how many of the regular orcs you get spawning at once or going through your system, they will be destroyed by this. And the combos can get, you know, pretty hefty. So I'm actually going to just stand back and see if our system will do anything without my interference. And as I mentioned, the only exception is if you happen to get an ogre. They take a lot more hits from wall blades to kill. There's an ogre. Don't forget you can right click on your crossbow for the special to stun the ogre for a while. And this just keeps him at a distance. There we go. Not even close to getting through.
This'll be fun. Set it and forget it.
And final wave here. It's almost too easy on this sort of level. Do a little jig. And we will meet in the later levels a new type of enemy, which is actually a type of kobold that does hinder this system a great deal. So this isn't completely foolproof for the rest of the game. Obviously there's also flying enemies and such, but this is a pretty strong strategy for a lot of it.
That's how it's done.
There we go. So, as long as you followed along, you shouldn't have much trouble getting 4 or 5 skulls, assuming you beat the par time. It can be somewhat close on the time, so not too bad. Looks like we had a minute 30. And we probably don't have enough for upgrades, but let's double check. Oh yeah, we're really low. So the next upgrade you'll want to get is wall blades. And you can see that it just makes them deal more damage. So yeah, that was lunch break. Let's continue on.